Lottie Dottie, invite everybody to this party tonight. I am Thomas Davis. Join me in this discussion of season 1, episode 4 of Move Mountains and Break Those Barriers. Yes, I got on my shirt tonight, so let's roll it. Let's do this. Happy Sunday, y'all. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Again, let me show you my merch right quick. Let me move this mic. Move mountains, break barriers. What's up, my people? What's up? What's up? What's up? My name is Thomas Davis, owner of Limitless Possibilities LLC. Yo, what's up with y'all, man? If y'all are here, please let me know that you are here by putting in the chat box. I'm here. I want to see you. We want to see you. I am so excited to see you here on a Sunday night, 5 days before Christmas. And on top of that, I'm excited that the Dallas Cowboys won today. So all of my haters, don't comment in the chat box because we ain't trying to hear that today. Let us know that you're here. We want to see you. We want to hear from you tonight. We want to hear from you. Again, I am the old school / new school / hip hop educator, motivator, all of that. And most of all, what you see is what you get. What you are seeing is who I am, and I am not apologizing for it. I love who I am, and I want you to love who you are. What's up, cuz? What's up, Cynthia? I see you, Miss Edwards. I see you, Tiara. Laurel in the house. Penny Davis is in the house. Justin, I see you. Keep liking and sharing. Like and share. I promise you, we are not going to be disappointed tonight. I promise you. So again, I want to come on real quick and to say, Move Mountains and Break Barriers was birthed in my spirit, and it was birthed in my mind about providing a platform for us to just be ourselves from all walks of life, from all generations. And we just want to have fun and encourage each and every one of you that we can all still have limitless possibilities. If you believe that your possibilities are limitless, I just want you to chat in the box limit, LIMIT, #limit. If you believe that your possibilities are limitless, if you believe that you can break a barrier and move mountains, we want to see it, because if we don't say it, we don't believe it, we won't act it. So I want to know that you are here. I thank you so much for being on tonight. And most of all, I am appreciative that you all are here. Again, thank you. What's up, Horace? I am excited. I am excited. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. Y'all got me in here sweating on a Sunday night, and ain't nobody in here but me. But I'm still excited about tonight. And guess what, y'all? The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. All right, so again, Move Mountains, Break Barriers is here. We are here to support you. We want you to know that you have a voice. And most of all, at the end of the show, I will be dropping a link for you to give me feedback as we can continue to grow, develop, and make this show pop. I am excited, y'all. This is me. No filter, ain't scripted. I have a few notes over here, but you are getting it from my mind tonight. So if I make a mistake, don't hold it against me. Just know that I'm being myself, so you can be who you are. All right, so here we go. We talked about walking in our purpose, walking and living in our purpose on part 1. And the discussion was so dynamic. The views were amazing. The views were great. The feedback was awesome. The comments was great. So we wanted to continue a part 2. And we wanted to give everyone, as we are closing out 2020, the keys and some tools to continue to be successful as we continue to walk into 2021. How many of us are excited about walking into 2021? 2021 better be better than what 2020 was. I tell you. So again, We're going to continue this discussion. A moment of gratitude for each and every one of us who have lost loved ones, who have been down and out. I can tell you, people have been, confined in the house during the holiday shopping. But I can tell you for myself, I have two people in my life that are very upset with me now. This the Visa and the Discover. Because I don't ordered everything that I could order to be shipped to this house to avoid the COVID and the corona. So I can tell you, those are the only two things in my life right now that are pissed off. My Visa and my Discover. Because I've been on order Amazon. Everything that you can find online has been dropped off at my house. But I am still excited. So again, welcome again. Please like and share. I want you guys to get engaged with us tonight. Comment. And most of all, share with us how you are feeling. So we're not going to have a whole lot of discussion tonight around some basic stuff because I want to provide the opportunity and the platform for these dynamic brothers to continue talking. If you didn't watch part one, please go back onto YouTube and Facebook Live and watch the show, and you will understand why we had to bring these gentlemen back on set. They are ready. We've been talking all week. We've been texting. They have some great news to share. They have great news about what they are accomplishing in their lives. The most important thing that I just want to start off by saying to each and every one of us that are watching tonight is go after your dreams. If you don't go after it, who's going to do it? You have to have that faith. You have to have that determination. You have to have that grit. And most of all, you got to have that power to keep moving forward, because the haters are going to be the haters. They're there, but don't let them block you from what you are doing. You have the total power and control to be who you want to be. So before we bring on our guests, I want to show a few clips and a few quotes for what we discussed last time. Roll it. Did y'all see those words? Your value. Understanding that we all have our values. Our values may be different, but we all have our values. And what about that word excellence? We should always strive to be excellent in everything that we do. Because guess what? Part of our purpose is understanding that we have value and that we are excellent. We are kings. We are queens. We are great young people. Even when we make those mistakes, we are who we are designed and called to be. And lastly, your thoughts. We got to change what we are thinking in our heads. We got to change where we're going. We sometimes got to change to some of the people that we're hanging around. 2020, I have said all for the last 4 months, has been a year of revealing to others and to me some things that I need to change around and shake it up a little bit. This is water in this bottle. I'm shaking it up because 2021, there are some things that I'm going to be doing differently that people are not going to be ready for. And guess what? I don't care, because it's all about me. It's about me empowering you to keep going after what you got. So guess what? What I want y'all to do, join in tonight. We're going to do some hashtag partying tonight. I want you to hashtag the word purpose. I want you to hashtag the word process. I want you to hashtag the word preparation. I want you to hashtag the word plan. And at the end, I want you to say, I got this. When it's something that keeps that strikes you, if it's something that one of us are saying, tag that word purpose, process, preparation, plan. I got this. Hashtag it. We're going to hashtag all night. I'm going to be typing the hashtag too. So we all going to join into this. So without further ado, let me bring on our first panelist for tonight. And the first young man that I want to bring on is a great friend of mine. He called me. I called him this morning. Well, I texted him. He called me this morning, and we had a great conversation this morning. And he set me up for this. So this energy that you see is because of this brother. So I want to bring on Mr. Brashawn Jenkins. Come on in the house, brother.
Man, I've been listening to Biggie all morning long.
Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance.
I am pumped and excited to be here today, brother.
Yes, sir. It is awesome to see you, man. How you been today?
Today has been wonderful. Any day above ground is another chance.
Listen,
so we're just glad to be here. You know, we're just glad to be well and just glad to be having this discussion today.
Right. Are you glad to be on the show tonight? Because I'm glad that you're here.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Yes.
It's taken me a long time, a lot of flunders, a lot of blunders. So any way that we can help some folk to get a little closer to the target than they are right now, then that's a great day.
If I can help somebody else, huh?
Man.
Don't mind my energy. I am on 10 because I know you all are going to bring it in tonight. So let me quickly bring in our other two. Yes, so
sure.
Go ahead.
I'm so excited about being here today. And
yes.
In this next 30 to 40 minutes, we'll keep somebody from having to wander around aimlessly for 30 or 40 years. That's what good conversation does.
Let's do it. Hallelujah. Woo!
Right.
Hey, so I want to bring on another guest. This young man is on the West Coast, and I shout out to my West Coast people. Shout out to my producer who's on the West Coast that's in the back. He is a great brother of mine. He's a great friend. He holds me accountable. He watches me a lot, and when he see me go too far to the left, he bring me back in a little bit. Hey, Davis, watch out. Brashawn does it too. So does Desmond. All of these brothers are holding me accountable and grooming me, and most of all, we are grooming each other. So without further ado, Mr. John Rawlins is about to come on too. Hey. What's up, John? What's up?
Brother, this energy is amazing tonight. Let me tell you something. I was already ready, but you got me even more ready to be ready. So, I'm looking forward to tonight's conversation.
Guess what? When you're ready, you stay ready, regardless.
Right. You ain't got to get ready. Come on.
Yeah, because we all ready, right?
Exactly.
Are you ready for tonight?
Oh, listen, been ready. How about that?
Let's do it. So our last and great panelist that's about to join has been a friend of mine for over 10 years. I'm not going to tell y'all my age. Don't let this gray hair fool you, but I'm not at 50, but I'm not at 30. So you figure it out. This young man is a dynamic friend of mine. He is a great friend. He has been there through some tough times. He knows how to pray. Matter of fact, all these brothers are some praying men. So if you ever need somebody to pray over you, reach out to them. It don't matter if you ain't in the church, not in the church, because we don't need to pray for the ones in the church. We need to pray for ourselves and everybody else. But we ain't going to go to church tonight. We just going to talk. Let me bring on in Mr. Desmond McCall. Come on, brother.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I had to drink me some water to, balance out this energy over here.
I feel, man. I'm excited, man. Brashawn and John got me ready to roll, man. I don't have no other choice but to be ready.
Yes, let's do this. Yo, how you been, Desmond?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed, man. As Brashawn shared, I'm just glad to be seen and not viewed, man, in this time. So I'm just grateful to be here and glad to be a part of this conversation, man.
Well, since you said that, can we just get a quick moment of silence for those that have lost loved ones and lives throughout this year? We are so sympathetic, and we show you gratitude and respect. We know these holidays are not going to be the same, but guess what? Hashtag I got this. If you know you got this in 2020, although we have a week or so left, we want to see you type in hashtag I got this. Yeah. No matter what the circumstances have been presented before us, we are still walking in our purpose. We are still moving those mountains. And lastly, we are breaking those barriers. So y'all ready for the discussion?
Yes,
Go.
sir.
Are you sure? I don't think y'all ready, man. I don't think
We
y'all ready.
ready?
Let's do it. All right. So last time that we was on, we was really talking about what it means to understand our purpose, understanding what it means to walk in our purpose, understanding sometimes we got to make an adjustment, and most of all, at the end of the day, be the best person that we can be. I see you, Horace Beck. I got this. I see you. So we want y'all to hashtag purpose, process, preparation, and I got this. All right. So again, we talked about a lot of great things on last week. I mean, on last month. I want to start with you, John. What was one of the things that resonated with you from the last show?
Well, I think really what stuck with me is, and I know the quote you put it up earlier, it goes back to understanding and knowing your value. We unfortunately in our lives tend to undervalue ourselves a whole lot, right? Thinking that we're not worthy of a position, we're not worthy of recognition, we're not worthy of honor. But when you understand who you are, when you understand what you bring to the table, it makes it easier for you to put those ideas at the table and say, you know what, let's at least try this, right? That's where for me a lot of leadership comes in, when you're able to say, I know what I can bring to the table, and so I'm not afraid to try something new. I'm not afraid to take that risk. And when you're not afraid to take risk, it gives you a lot of leeway to start moving in a new direction, in a new path. And sometimes you have to remember, we are sometimes called not just to do something great, but to really blaze that trail and to be the first person that is doing that thing differently. We may not have seen an example before us, but we may be the example that there will be. So that, for real, that stuck with me so much, really understanding the value of who you are and what you bring to the table.
Woo! Okay. So let me ask this question to our listening audience. What value are you bringing to the table? You can think about it. Feel free to comment in the chat box. We are here for you. It's not about us tonight. It's about you all. So please let us know that you are here. Thank you so much for sharing, John. I'm going to go right on over to Desmond. Same question. Yeah. What resonated with you from our last time that we were all on?
Yeah, as I was thinking about the photo that came up as well, just when I stated that, you should never allow thoughts of what you can't do kind of hinder you or feel as though you're being beaten.
Right.
I think it was Rashawn that brought up the whole concept around, understanding your purpose versus your actual assignment, right? And there's a difference. We were talking about that, and we went into conversation about that. And sometimes when we realize that perhaps we're out of position, right, what we thought was our purpose, our assignment, leads us to this place where we feel like we can't do, we get overwhelmed. Right. We get into this headspace of what we can't do. And so we have to begin to think about, as people say often, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So you have to begin to strategically think about how you can move through whatever it is that seems to be, beating you mentally and telling you that you can't do that which you've been purposed and destined to do.
Right.
So for me, that definitely stuck with me.
Oh, okay. So we don't hear it from two. I'm telling y'all may want to like and share this. Tag some people that need to hear this. I'm tagging on my personal phone. I need some people to understand that helping myself is empowering somebody else to find your purpose, because we cannot keep going into the way that we're going into. Basically, let's get out of these circles. Let's stop this entanglement. Let's get out of the enmeshments. Let's get out of all of this negative stuff. Find your purpose, even if your purpose is not what other people's purposes are. Find your purpose and be okay with you. All right. So, Rashawn, I know you're going to tell us some good stuff. So let's hear it, brother. Let's hear it.
I think the thing that really resonated with me from the last time is the concept that a calling will continue to call you if you don't walk in it. A calling will continue to call you if you don't walk in it. So while you may ignore it, you may think you're not worthy. You might think that you're not ready. You may think that you don't have what it takes. The calling will keep calling you until you make actionable steps toward achieving it. I tell folk all the time that, hey, the dream is free, but the hustle will cost you. And so a lot of times people are willing and they are so excited about, I have this dream. I have something I'm going after. But if there aren't actionable steps, it will continue to escape you. It will continue to elude you. And so I think that one of the things that we need to understand is that a call will continue to call you until you walk in it, until you possess it. And I'm not talking about possessing parts of it, but all of it. And I need for everybody to understand that you are worthy of all of it. Stop. No more leftovers. No more do-overs. You are worthy of all of it. A call will keep calling you until you go after it.
Listen, that was a word that you just said, and I'm telling you some comments that is on my other page. Tia Simmons said that's deep. And thank you so much, Miss Simmons, for watching us tonight. There was another comment to a question that says, what value are you bringing to the table? Miss Tia Simmons says she's bringing integrity. We can talk about that too. If you don't have no sense of integrity about what you're doing, about what you're saying, the places that you go and the things that you're doing, you are headed down a road of destruction. Integrity goes a long way. Thank you so much, Ms. Simmons, for chiming in. There was a comment by Ms. Rochelle that stated, that's it. The dream is free, but the hustle will cost you. Ms. Rochelle, thank you so much for posting that, because all of us are going to pay a price. And I could tell you a price that I had to pay. I wanted to lose weight. I love Reese's peanut butter cups. So the price that I'm paying is when I go into Walmart or to a store, I can't get that piece of candy because I'm trying to be healthy. And that's the point. We all have to give up something in order to gain something. So what are we willing to give up in order to gain? Woo! Okay, all right, I'm ready, y'all. I told y'all I was ready tonight. Didn't I tell y'all?
I think that's a good segue to start talking about process. Because as when we kept saying that the dream is free, but the hustle will cost you. I think the thing that everybody continues to forget is that your calling is your career. It is how you make your money. It is how you take care of yourself. I think that one of the things that we keep hearing about, and especially that has gone viral now, is where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside. Here's the thing: you have been divinely matched with work, and in this work is your wealth. And so what you have to do, but you have to draw the line toward the middle, and that middle is the process. You know, Aaliyah sang a song, the last song that she sang, that she recorded and performed before she died was, and she said that sometimes you got to work the middle. The middle is where the disappointment is. The middle is where the challenge is. The middle is where everyone is talking about you. But if you work that middle, you'll be able to get to the other side, and that process is going to be ugly. And so you have to embrace it. There is no such thing as overnight success, but there is 20 to 30 years of work that nobody sees as you're working and grinding and becoming.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm sitting here like, okay. I mean, what else that I could say? But let's talk about that work the middle piece. You know, we have a lot of Aaliyah fans over here. I'm a huge Aaliyah fan. And, you know, the song, if we want to break it down a little bit, you know, I'm telling you, I'm all about the words and messages and songs. Yeah. She says, rock the boat, work the middle, change positions.
It's not working. Sometimes you have to change positions, right? Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that we have to, we keep hearing. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same result. So we have to be willing to change positions if we're going to make it be what it's supposed to. But if we contextualize that whole concept of work in the middle, understanding that every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so as we start going after something in the beginning, we can always see the end. But what we don't see is the process. And that's where the unexpected things happen. So I think that is when we all sit here and we start talking about our story, start talking about our journey. And for every history maker, we have to respect the process.
Right. respect the process, and understand, if I may add on, Brashawn, understand that the process sometimes is a process that you don't have to tell everybody what you're going through.
Right.
Because sometimes we get stuck in a rut because we telling everybody too much of our business. And when you allow everyone to get involved in your process, if I don't want to see you grow up, what you think I'm gonna do? Yep. I don't want to see you, Mr. Anton, go up in what you got going on, and I'm over here in the house doing nothing. So sometimes we got to know, when you trust the process, everyone cannot be involved in your process. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you brought that up. That is good teaching here. So I do have another question for you, though, Mr. Rashawn, and I know that you're going to give me a good answer. What does the process look like? Tell us more about that.
It's like a tailored suit. It looks different for everybody because everybody's not going the same place. And everything in every suit that is created for you, it's not going to look good on everybody else. There's certain shades, certain colors, and certain everything. So I think that process is going to look different for everybody. But what we must understand is that it is individual. It's the work. Right. It's the road less traveled. Right.
Yes.
We have to be willing to go on a process that may not be televised. This revolution is not going to be televised. You're not going to get a lot of support. You're going to have to do a lot of encouraging yourself. It's going to be a lot of crying, a lot of sacrifice. But if you endure it, if you hang on in there, you'll get where you're trying to go. And I know that kind of sounds very cliche-ish, but I'm telling you, it just is no such thing as an overnight success. There are people who emerge and we wonder where they came from, but there is no such thing as an overnight success.
Woo. They say that overnight success actually takes about 10 years, just as an FYI.
All right. Yeah. And success just don't happen overnight. It's like you said.
Yeah, if they told you that it happened overnight, they're lying. Mm-hmm. And if either they're lying and or they actually took the road constantly traveled. So you want to be wary of that as well. If somebody's telling you that they gain success overnight, that's not accurate.
Right.
Yeah, not much that they may be able to maintain, because if you get rich quick or you get famous quick as you got that fame and that money, is the fastest you're gonna lose it at the same time.
Hello.
So that's another thing to be careful of.
Because it's gonna go good. Y'all are talking, so guys. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. All right, so we done already talked about process. We talked about our purpose, knowing who we are, understanding the fact that sometimes in our purpose, we got to be comfortable with the purpose, accept the purpose, know what it is, and go with the flow. Herbert, I love this. When they emerged, they was coming out of the process. Y'all are talking up on here tonight. I'm telling you, you guys are dropping some knowledge. Thank you to our listening audience so much. We appreciate these comments. So we talked about purpose. We talked about process. Now we're going to go into preparation, because guess what? Sometimes we have to prepare for things. And we got to prepare for the good. We got to prepare for the bad. We got to prepare for the not so bad. And we got to prepare for the ugly. Because everybody, if we are honest, if we are truly honest, behind scenes, in front of the camera, behind the camera, off the camera, whatever we are, wherever we are, we have gone through some good times, some bad times, and some not so good times, and some ugly times, and some times that we probably was like, let me step away. I'm a little ashamed. But in all of that, take those situations, take those moments, and prepare yourself to become a better person. And never allow what you have gone through. Well, let me rephrase that, because I got some folks on here probably watching this mad that I'm online right now. So that I'm preparing myself to walk into what I'm about to walk into. So let me rephrase this and say this. Never allow anybody to prevent you from preparing where you are about to go. I had to prepare for this. I told y'all a long time ago, I never wanted this platform. I never wanted to be visible. I trust me, I love taking pictures. That's a different thing. But when you are on set speaking, that's not who I thought that I was. But guess what? I'm taking who I am, and I'm preparing it. I am branding myself. I'm preparing myself. I'm trusting myself with people that have my best interest at heart.
But you know,
notice I said my best interest.
But Davis, check this out though, and, I have to stop you there because
I know you were.
And my mentor is on the line who has really prepared me for where I am right now. And the one thing that you gotta divorce yourself from talking about. As a matter of fact, I want everybody in 2020 to stop talking about their haters. Because no one can stop you but you. And you cannot let, and because see, here's the thing: everybody brings to you compliments and criticism. And I come from a background where criticism is necessary in order to get you where you're going. We've got to stop looking at haters and stop looking at those who are against us and stop looking at opposing forces and thinking that they are the roadblock. The only person who can stop you for real, especially if you're living and breathing, is you.
Right.
So we gotta stop talking about our haters. Our haters really don't matter. Our haters are elevators.
Let me tell y'all something. Didn't I tell y'all listening orders, these men hold me accountable? Rashawn just did it publicly. Thank you, my brother.
Yes,
Trey Maddox said, elevation requires separation.
Yes, sir.
And I was listening this morning to the word, and Bishop Brown was on here online this morning, and what he said is something that stuck out to me. This pandemic has caused us to separate ourselves from some situations, from some places, from some people, and from some things that we probably should not be doing anyway. So stop saying, "Oh, this pandemic sucks." Yes, it does. People have lost lives. People are sick. Yes, that is true. However, this also has looked at it from a brighter perspective. This also kept our homes together. It kept us saving some money. It kept us keeping our marriages together, our relationships together, our friendships being tighter, because we have had to force ourselves to make an adjustment, as Aaliyah stated. We got some comments that are coming in. Miss Rochelle says, can you all share the importance of mentorship in your process? Woo! What do you do when you are ghosted by a mentor? Who wants to answer that question?
I feel like any of us could really attack it. I'll say this real quick about mentorship, and I got to shout out Rochelle. She's one of my colleagues here at Cal State San Marcos. Mentorship is absolutely important.
Yes.
Again, back to what you talked about a little bit earlier, right? There's that accountability piece to mentorship, right? And someone who is willing to help you, and help you meaning tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, right? Sometimes I often question, I have students who will say, oh, well, John's my mentor. I said, well, one, have we had that kind of conversation, or do we have that relationship that warrants me to actually be considered your mentor? Because I don't call everybody my mentee. Just because you're in my face and in my space doesn't mean you're my mentee. Just because I've been under a bunch of folks over my lifetime doesn't mean that they are my mentor, right? Those are very strategic relationships, meaningful relationships where we have established, I need your help in this. I'm looking for your support in this. I am looking for you to correct me. I'm looking to push me, to challenge me, and to praise me whenever I need any of those things, right? And so be a very, very structured, in my opinion, a very structured relationship. Now, it can grow organically in some ways, but at some point, you got to put some structure to that thing, because that's where you start to find some of these ghosted mentors. That person may have never actually been your mentor because you never had the conversation. They never had the interest in you to be your mentor, right? But you saw a position that they were in, and you thought, that's where I want to get to. So because I got that person's number, I follow them on social media, that's my mentor. No, you got to have that conversation, and you need to know what it is that you're going to bring to that relationship, and they need to know what they're bringing to the relationship as well. That's very, very important when we talk about mentorship.
Wow, thank you so much. Desmond, can you tackle this question?
Yeah, I was actually just listening to John speak. One of the things that I was going to speak on in terms of that preparation piece is that an aspect that if you were to kind of define preparation, my girl Merriam Webster, we all know who she is. she tells us that preparation is the action or process, as Bashan just tapped into, of making something ready for use or service, or getting ready for some occasion or duty, right? So part of preparing for whatever it is that you're intentionally set to do, as we think about the meaning of purpose, one of the things I was going to outline and suggest is that there's an alignment of mind, body, spirit that I believe in when I'm moving in my purpose. And part of that is making sure that you have an understanding, that's the mind, of what it is that what your purpose to do. And in doing so, it's important for you to reach out to those whom you see at that mentor level. But as John shared, you got to be very clear about the role, because you will have people who, as was shared earlier, that as you elevate, you know, your those who are going to celebrate you, the circle is going to get smaller. But even within that circle, you have to identify who are those people that are really going to mentor you and actually be able to critically provide feedback to you that's going to continue to move you in the direction that you want to move into. So part of the preparation and understanding that mind aspect is one, understanding what it is your purpose is, but then also who are the people in your circle that you're going to need to continue to help push and elevate you, because it's not going to feel good all the time when your mentor comes to you and gives you that feedback or whatever it is that you need to continue to move forward. And then there's the body aspect, that physical aspect of understanding kind of the moves that you have to make. You know, as we talked earlier about sacrifice, there's some sacrifice in preparation. So you're going to have to be able to think about what's the time, the talent, the treasures that I'm going to have to utilize to actually move forward in my preparation. And then there's a spiritual aspect for me personally. I believe that, and I think the spiritual aspect actually helps to balance that mind and body aspect, right?
Right.
So that may be for you, whatever. For me, because I'm a man of Christian faith, for me it's about prayer and meditation. So whatever that is for you, making sure that you're constantly aligning yourself in your preparation around who's in my circle, God, for me, right? Because that's who I pray to. But who's in my circle, God? Are they meaning me well? Right? Am I doing that which you have set forth for me to do? And then assessing on a day-to-day basis. And when I get up in the morning, God, I ask you to give me the strength to do that which you have for me to do. And at the end of the day, Lord, if I didn't meet the mark, Lord, I want you to help me be a better person tomorrow when I open my eyes than I was today. So just making sure that you have the right people in your space, because you'll know as you're moving along, you will quickly know and understand who it is that's there for you in that mentorship aspect. But you got to know also that if they ghosted you, as John said, they weren't your mentor in the first place.
So let me interject real quick. Desmond McCall just gave us a 1994, now a 2020 rendition of Anita Baker's song, Mind, Body, and Soul. Yo, he gave it to us in a way that I was okay. He's going way back. He said the mind, the spirit, and the soul. Okay.
It is. It's an alignment, man. And
yes.
And I feel like when you have those things aligned, if you look at even the definition of what purpose means, right? It's about intent, intentionality. You're in this space intentionally to do something, right? Whatever that is. Your assignment, as we shared the last conversation, that can be anything. You can be in an assignment and not be in your purpose. But when you're in your purpose, right, that alignment is so critical, because if you think about it, how many times have you been in a job and you're like, something ain't right? Either your mind is telling you hate it, right? Your body, you don't want to be there physically. You don't want to be there, right? Your spirit, sometimes your inner man will just say, you ain't supposed to be here. This ain't what you're supposed to be doing, right? But when those things are aligned, right, you know where you're supposed to be. And sometimes, God will just he'll put those people in that space for you to be able to be that mentor for you. Right. You have to ask yourself those questions. Am I even where I'm supposed to be? Is this an assignment or is this purpose? So that's my thoughts on that in terms of preparation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I see Teresa Graves is on my other page saying she's here. Carol McLaughlin is here. Joseph Braxton is here. Calvin Green is here. Willie Doctor is here. Jerome Johnson is here. Horace Beck is here. Trey Maddox is here. Y'all, thank y'all so much for being on tonight. And I hope this is really helping us. And if it's not helping you and you know someone else that this could help, tag them into it. Let's keep this thing going. You guys are talking. Let me find out. Y'all are ready up in here tonight. My Aunt Bernice is here. Hey, Aunt Bern. Everyone is here. And we are so excited that you guys are here. And I just want to shout out that question. Thank you, Miss Rochelle, for asking that question. I just want to say that Mr. John Rawlins is a great mentor. So if someone has ghosted you, go to him. And I promise you, he won't let you down. And if you do, you can call me because he's holding me accountable. So I got to hold him accountable too. All right. So Desmond, you was talking.
Can I throw into that one?
Oh, you sure can, Sean. Go ahead, brother.
And it's challenging because my mentor is watching. I didn't tell him that we were doing this show, but he watches everything that I do. And because he takes pride in me doing well. Right. And so the thing that I tell everybody is while walking your purpose sometimes requires separation, it doesn't always supposed to be isolating for long periods of time. And so as you move forward to what you're supposed to be doing, people will divinely be set up for you to be what you need to be. My mentor has been helping coach and nurture me through all three of the areas where I feel that I'm called: principal, pastor, PhD. So as I work toward those things, he coaches me, tells me what I need to do. When I was teaching at a private HBCU down south, and it was time for me to go up to tenure, and I didn't get it, and I was so despondent about it. There was a place and point where I could have stayed there, and it was time to pivot and to do something else. He helped me to craft another strategy. And 8 years later, my income has tripled.
Look at that.
So here's the thing that I want for you all to understand is that a mentor that does not own you publicly is not your mentor. If they want to coach you from behind, but they don't want to take ownership of you, they don't want to be accountable for who you are and for what you become, they're not your mentor. But you have to also understand that you don't pick mentors. Mentors pick you.
That's
so
right.
I think that it's nice that we introduce our folk and say, can you mentor me? But in actuality, folk who feel and see something in you, they attach themselves to you. And so you have to be careful about seeking people out for mentoring because they might not feel a proclivity to you. But somebody who's divinely sent to be your mentor, only death will keep you from them. Or sometimes the assignment ends. I'm not trying to give that an absolute, but I will dare say you can't be my mentor and you don't claim me. You can't be my mentor and you don't claim me. But I can't be your mentee if I don't submit. I submit. And I had to take care of my mentor. Right?
Yo. You know what? Will you just be quiet? Because you always dropping those bombs. We just got to all sit back and do all of this. Man, let me tell y'all, you guys are rocking it tonight, and I'm so appreciative to you. And you said something, Brashawn, that made me go back and think about an earlier conversation that I had with a best friend of mine, which is Reggie Romaine. He's watching tonight. One of the things that he said to me earlier today was, Thomas, who are you? You always surround yourself around everybody else, but you need to be Thomas. Continue to be Thomas. Be who you are. People are going to see what they want to see, but when you come on this show tonight, you better be the person that I know that you can be. And that's what accountability is about. That's what somebody that cares about you. We're both brothers. Yeah, we both men, whatever. But it is nothing wrong with somebody holding you accountable privately. Because if every time that you want to check me, it's going to be in public, I don't need that sometimes. Because we are all at different stages. It's about the process, right? Sometimes we got to be in our own process. It's about the preparation. Everything that we do to prepare ourselves don't have to be public. Shout out to Brother Sheila. I see you watching here tonight too. Shout out to everybody. So we're going to go on in and let's just talk about the plan. Now, these 4 points, these points that we talked about tonight, the purpose, the process, the preparation, and the plan, I relate this to the past, the present, and the future. We all have a past. We're going to leave it where it is in the past. We are now in our present. What are we doing now in our present? And we're going to talk about the plan as we go into our future, because that is what is important. It's setting yourselves up for success to move forward, not backwards. Oh, there was a question from Mr. Brown. He says, ask Rashawn who is his mentor. Drum roll.
Cuba Brown knows what I'm talking about. I don't even know why he's doing that. But see, here's the thing. I'm a pastor now, but let me tell you, when I was his youth pastor, he fired me once a month.
Got it.
Once a month. I was on his church payroll. We fussed, we fought. He would cuss me out. He would fire me. But let me tell you, what he also did was he made sure my stuff was right. And
right.
What he did not do was, and I was very rough around the edges, had a mean country ghetto street. And it didn't mean that I needed to be less authentic. It just means that sometimes your calling, in order for you to be in your calling,
right.
you got to refine your character.
Yeah. Right.
You got to refine your presentation. You got to be, you got to edit a little bit so that people take you seriously.
Right.
And so you got to know what your commodified self is and give people what they're paying for, and the rest leave that at home. And so those are some of the things. And I'm telling you, I used to get a lot of feedback, and I used to get mad with him and wouldn't talk to him for a couple of weeks. He didn't care.
Right.
He came right back around. He said, I love you, but you got to tighten that up. I love you, but your slip is hanging. You got to get it together so that people take you seriously. I'm telling you, I can speak slang with the best of them. I can let it all hang, but I'm telling you, you can't let it hang everywhere. And that's one of the reasons why many of us are not getting the opportunity, because when the doors are open, we don't act or talk or
That's good.
That's
good. That's good.
That's real good.
That's good. All right, y'all. Gloria Davis says you are so right. So we're going to turn this platform over to Mr. Rawlins, and he's going to tell us about the plan, what the plan should be, when the plan don't work, how we don't give up and we keep at it. Because sometimes when we have a plan, what do we have to do sometimes? We have to modify it, right? We got to modify things. We have to modify our lifestyles. We got to modify our eating habits. We got a plan, but the most of all, you got to plan and focus on that purpose. So, John, can you just share what you want to share with us, brother? We all here.
Well, I want to wrap it back around to a lyric that we used earlier, Rock the Boat, when we talked about changing positions, right? So, and you just alluded to it. One of the things that I read in an article some time ago was that your goals should be set in concrete, but your plans have to be set and made in the sand. Right. And there's a big difference between your concrete and your sand. Your sand allows for that flexibility, right? Allows for you to move in a different path if you need to, kind of wipe things off and go a completely different way. And it helps you to imagine all the various routes that you can take to get to that goal. And I think sometimes that also hinders us from our purpose, because we look at maybe one way of doing things. When that one way, when we get knocked off of that plan, or there's a barrier there, because we haven't thought about the other ways to get there, that's when we start to give up. That's when we start to say, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. But that's not what it is. When you're planning, you have to think about the various ways by which you can achieve the goal that you have in mind, right? And so that's where it starts. It also, for me, is about accepting change and being flexible, right? So again, if, there are going to be things within our control that we can make happen and make change. Cool, we'll do that. But then there are going to be other things in your plan that are beyond your control, things that you can't account for. So how in that moment are you going to react? Are you going to stop and go retreat and go back to where you were in the beginning? Or are you going to stop and say, okay, I got to take a turn. I got to make a change here. How do I do that, right? So that's why planning is so important. You have to understand the various ways by which you can get there. And I think for me, when we talk about planning, anytime that I have had the opportunity to sit down and plan something out, it gets me excited. Right? Because I get to see, here, and I'm always a big advocate, write this stuff down.
Yes.
Right? What the Bible say, write the vision, make it plain. Right? A lot of times, all we're doing is speaking, and it's great to speak things into existence, but you got to write this stuff down to remind you of where you're going.
Yes.
of what is next. And so when you write those things down and you can see it, that will start to get you excited. That'll start for you. You'll say, okay, I wrote this down. This looks good. But you know what? Maybe we can take it a little bit further. We can take it higher in this way. I'm the president of an organization right now, and I decided that I wanted to do this conference. And I said, okay, how do I see this? Because this kind of conference has never been done for our organization. And I started to write down every single plan that I had, every single thought. I went ahead and I said, okay, so yes, I know this piece is possible, right? Because I've done maybe this aspect of it before. But this one, I'm not sure. Let me write down who I know that can assist me to get there, to make that achievable. And then there were some things I said, no, that is not for right now, right? It's not that we do it, but it's not for right now.
Right.
And in working with individuals, the conference is happening at the end of January.
Right.
This is an idea I had back in August or September. The conference is the end of January. It's been actualized, and I got excited because I saw the plan. I wrote the plan down, and when I get excited about it, I have a whole board that works with me. Right, I'm the president. I got 6 other individuals on the board.
Right.
I was able to share with them. I said, "Here, I want you all to take a look at this plan." I was able to talk through the plan. Why I think we should do this conference. Why.
Right.
Set it up in the way that I did. You know what? They got excited about it too. They got so excited about it, almost like they planned it on their own.
Wow,
right?
that's good. That's good.
That you have to bring that energy. You have to have the confidence in what you're doing, the vision that you see, and the plans multiple that you create to get to that end goal. That will translate to somebody else if you're truly excited about it. Or even if somebody says, you know what? I don't like this idea. Okay, I'll say, okay, well, tell me why. And they may share why. If I'm excited about it, I'm able to speak to why I think it should go in this way. And they may say something that, again, makes me go back and say, I know I thought about it this way, but let me make an adjustment, right? Change positions and move in a different direction that will help to even elevate it further. It's not that what they said, and that kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier, Bashan. Sometimes we think about our haters being our roadblocks, but sometimes that should motivate you and elevate you to another dimension, another place to take you beyond what you even thought it could be. Right. And so using that as a mechanism, when you get excited about something, you can translate that excitement to others and they'll catch on to the vision with you. The greatest way to get someone excited is to model it. You have to model it. I'm not excited about your vision if you kind of talk about it like this.
Right.
I'm really hoping I can do, and even the words you say, right? I hope I'm able to do. So this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to look. I invite feedback. I invite, others' opinions and thoughts on how we may achieve it or go even further. And you surprise what people bring to the table. So really, when you're in that planning process, it's about being flexible, not, being so stuck in one way to do things, but think about the multiple routes. And then again, you get excited, share that excitement with others who you're supposed to share it with. We talked about that last time. We've talked about it tonight. It's not for everybody's consumption. Right? You can't give that because some people, once you give it to them, they're going to go hard at work trying to tear it down.
And take it from you.
And take it.
That's good. And can I add?
Go for it.
Can I add, Thomas, that, and I'm a firm believer in this, once you've established your plan, trust and believe what does not get monitored does not get done. So part of writing down that plan is so that you can come back after a week, after a month, and say, okay, where am I in terms of meeting this goal towards, as I reach that concrete plan that you just tapped into. So now you check in the sand, right? You get those sand landmarks. Because if you don't monitor what you're doing, not only do you not know how far you've gone, but you have no clue how much more or less you have to work to get towards that which you've been destined to do. So make sure as you plan, you also have those checkpoints to monitor the progress of your plan. In terms of how you plan to pursue whatever it is you're doing.
Can I please give a one-liner?
Yes.
Come with it.
Come on.
A dream without a plan of execution is a wish.
Yo, I was thinking that. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
A dream without a plan of execution is a wish.
A wish.
I am so tired. At this stage and age of my life, I can no longer be around folk who don't have a hustle. if they do not have a work ethic that matches all of the wonderful things, like those folk always say, I want to be a millionaire. I want to have this kind of business. I want to do this or I want to do that. I'm so tired of being around those kind of people. I want folk walking like they talking. And
like it.
Around them, I gotta get my life together because I can't let you out hustle me.
Right.
So at this stage in my life, I've had to move some folk out. I've had to position myself a little bit differently because I don't want to be all talk. I don't want to be a wisher. Martin Luther King, we especially all of us good alphas who see the light.
Yes.
Here we go.
We know that Women's Weekend is coming, but if we continuing to talk about the dream, but we don't have actionable steps to make it happen, it's just going to be a wish.
That's it.
It's just going to be a wish.
Good.
That's
The dream is free, but that hustle going to cost you.
Say it. Say it.
Every time.
And listen, let me throw this one piece in there because I know we've all shared a little bit of our faith piece tonight, but I want to take folks back to Proverbs 16:3. Commit your actions to the Lord and your plans will succeed. You got to remember that aspect of it too, right? Because the Lord, you can make a lot of plans. This goes back to Proverbs 19:21. You can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. So you need to commit your actions to the Lord, and then he will allow your plans to succeed.
But faith without works is dead.
Rashad.
Just get a body bag, yo. Just put it in a body bag. It's dead, yo. It's dead.
You told us not to go to church. See what
I told y'all.
You didn't have no business. You stirred me up.
Oh my God, yo.
You can't tell church folks not to go to church.
And I'm a good Pentecostal. Please don't make me run off.
Don't run yet, cause we see you. But guess what? What I said that I didn't want us to do is something that is already in us. This is our purpose. We are exhibiting who we are. We cannot be who we are. So this is who we are. So it is what it is. So look. If anyone that is streaming tonight have any questions, please drop them in the chat box. I am loving these comments. Miss Gloria Davis said, y'all are on point. Mr. and Mrs. Damon Jackson is watching. Hey, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Tonight has been nothing but amazing. My text messages is blowing up because of you guys dropping some knowledge on tonight. We talked about the importance of the purpose. The purpose is whatever it is that you have. Your purpose is your own purpose. The purpose, like everyone has said, is something that is in your mind, that is in your body, and that is in our spirit. That's your drive. Your purpose is your drive. What's motivating you to keep going at it? What's going to motivate you to keep staying at it? Then we talked about the whole thing about the process. The process is what the process is. The process is what it's going to take for you to bring out what you know that your purpose is. What is your calling? Is it to own your own business? Is it to become a motivator? Is it to write your book? Because everyone on this viewing, I'm seeing people that are commenting right now that have books birthed in them that need to come out. And it's not all, let me tell my business, because you never know people that you stand beside. Sometimes they are standing beside you and they need that word, that encouragement from you, not from us. Sometimes people that they can identify with. Then we talked about the preparation. How are we preparing ourselves? How are we going to get through this? What are we going to do to make it to where we got to go? And lastly, we talked about the plan. That plan is what the plan is. Modify your plan. Modify your environment. Write down your vision. I said the other night on another show, get you some Post-it notes. Post them all over your house as reminders when things get rough that you still got this. that you still going to get your goal met, that you still going to wake up in the morning, that you're not going to die, that you're not going to commit suicide. You are not going to be depressed because you can't be where you want to be for family because of this holiday. Write it down, post it. I'm going to post one right here behind me so you will see it. Post it on your wall. Do what you got to do. If you walk in your house and they see that you crazy, guess what? It's my house. You don't like it? Bounce. That's all I just want to say, y'all. Like, I am so excited. I started with this energy. I'm leading with this energy. I know we went over a little bit, but I want to give an opportunity for each and every one of you all. Well, first of all, let me just applaud you all for doing a phenomenal job in closing out part 2 of walking and living in our purpose. If you guys believe it that it's streaming, please say something. Please let us know. September Penn says that's good. Carol McLaughlin said, well, in that order, she said it just like that. And I'm so glad that you guys were on. Horace Beck said, great show. But how can they continue to reach out to you and find you and you can motivate them still? Starting with John. How can they find you, brother?
So everyone can find me on social media across the board, John Rollins III. So just put the 3 eyes back there. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. I'm also, there's some folks you may or may not have heard of Clubhouse, but I'm on Clubhouse as well now. So find me there, same handle. But definitely looking forward to connecting with folks. Also, just because folks have been texting me and asking me about the sweatshirt. This is one of the sweatshirts, the last sweatshirt I had, the last episode, both from a company that I support and I believe in. They're called The Blackness. You can visit them at theblackness.org. And if you use JR3, that's my initials, JR, and then the number 3 at the checkout, you get a 20% discount until January 1st. I don't get any money. This is just something I believe in, a Black-owned business, putting out positive messages for us. And so, again, theblackness.org, but follow me at John Rollins III.
Before I go to the next panelist, Trey Maddox said, great job. Sent this link to a friend to listen later. Thank you, brother. I texted this brother yesterday out the blue and said, brother, I love you. Keep being who you are, and thank you for being you. How many times have we gone throughout this year and not sent somebody a positive word?
That's right.
I want to challenge everybody also to go out, text somebody and tell them that you love them, because you never know. That may be what they need to hear. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, go on to Desmond. How can we find you, brother? How can we find you?
No problem. No problem. You can reach me on Instagram at Momac007. Facebook is just my name, Desmond McCall, and my Twitter is Desmond McCall 7. I want to encourage those who are in the education sector or support the education sector to take a look and check out realmenteach.com. Is also apparel supporting scholarships for minority youth in the DMV area here on the East Coast. In addition, check out Bond Educators. You can find us there that's where we focus in on empowering, uplifting, and recruiting male educators of color. So I encourage everyone to check me out there, check out my colleagues there, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be in here.
Thank you so much. And Rashawn, how can we find you, brother?
Twin Towers Outreach on Facebook, and the Alpha Spirit on Facebook. Website coming soon, and we'll go from there.
All right, brothers. Again, I humbly thank you so much for being on tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be with us and share the great worth of knowledge. I have a notepad filled up with stuff that when y'all walk over here next week, y'all will see post-it notes all over my wall, because I have to have reminders. Because sometimes when we're in the house by ourselves, our mind sometimes can go if we're honest and transparent. So we need visuals. We need reminders. And you guys did just that. We have dropped the link in the chat box for you to give us feedback on tonight's show. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Tell us things that you want to see from us. If you want to see these guys come back, because they're coming back, they're going to be back more than what they think. Let us know what your feedback is so we can continue to grow this. This platform is not for Thomas as a PR person. This platform is to help us in a non-threatening, judgmental atmosphere. That was the purpose. This was my purpose in developing Move Mountains and Break Barriers. So we can all talk about it in a non-threatening therapeutic environment. And lastly but not least, you can follow me on the following platforms. You can follow me on IG at Limitless Outcomes. You can follow me on Facebook at Limitless Possibilities, YouTube, Limitless Possibilities, the website, limitlesspossibilitiesforyou.com. And lastly, before we go, I'm rocking some of the merchandise. If you see it, I'm rocking the shirt that says Move Mountains and Break Barriers. Because as John said, as Brashawn said earlier, we got to write the vision and make it plain. So when I'm going through my day and I think about, oh, I need to move a mountain today. So guess what? I'm going to wear this shirt. And we have merchandise on sale. I got a nice little cup with my little lovely face on it. Don't you want to walk around with a little bit of Thomas on you? Don't. It's okay. You know, tell your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whoever. It's just supporting somebody. Because like John posted his information, I'm going to make sure before I hang up tonight with him that I purchase some of his attire. Because this is how we help each other. We're not in competition. We're in support. But guess what? You can get your merchandise for 10% off by typing in the code LIMIT, LIMIT in all capital letters. Go to the website and visit it. And lastly, in closing, as we go to the new year, I want to wish each and every one of you all a wonderful and safe holiday. It may not be the holiday that we are used to. It may not be the holiday that we wanted. But the most important thing is that we are still here and we are still alive and we are all well. It may not be what we want, but this is why we are here. And remember, we have to continue to communicate, continue to be consistent, continue to change. And lastly, I want us to chill as we walk into 2021 because we got to relax. It's going to be okay. I want us all to breathe, keep calm, have a wonderful and safe holiday. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to Move Mountains, Break Barriers, Season 1, Episode 4, Walking and Living in Our Purpose. Catch you soon and have a safe holiday and Happy New Year. I love you.